It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the New Orleans Saints and the New York Jets. And it's all up next.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the New York Jets. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Just about set for football. Blake Groupie is ready to get us started.
And we are underway from MetLife Stadium.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over.
Leading them out, the last active player remaining from the 05 draft, and a name that dominates headlines year-round, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
To throw is Rodgers.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson.
Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
On 2nd down, it's Abanikanda.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
3rd down, here's Abanikanda. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. On 4th down, here's the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt for the Jets. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive.
They'll be led out by one of the most productive QBs in the last decade. It's year 10 for the Fresno Stater now. Here's Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete here.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Carr to throw. His throw incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Carr again. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So on 4th down, on is Lou Hedley to punt for New Orleans.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Caught by Wilson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Rodgers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back, because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now a 3-point swing right there.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards, good for his Saints 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a 1st down carry, it's Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now they'll throw with Carr. There's Chris Olave. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Throwing now is Carr.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now here's Lou Headley now.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at about the 14. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return.
And the Jets will take over.
New York set to take the field.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Caught. It's Wilson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And able to find Alan Lazard. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13. Throwing is Rodgers. It's Williams on the catch. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Rodgers going to throw. And this will be incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on third down. Even better decision.
Kamara try the right side. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. The pass caught by Olave. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Here's Lou Headley on now to punt the football. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Hall ought to give up the middle. And he'll have a Jets first down as he's got this up to the 28-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw is Rodgers. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. This now a 3rd and 4.
Rodgers now to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half, because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Kamara up the middle.
And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Now Carr.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
How about the show put on by these 2 defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them giving an inch. And that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Pulled in at the 24. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Hall again on 2nd down.
Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Hall.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Shotgun now for Carr. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Now a play fake. Carr. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Cedric Wilson, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Let's roll.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
On third down, here's Hall.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Carr now on first down.
He'll find Shaheed out to the right.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Carr now on first down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Get him going, baby. Hey, what we got to do here. Come on, let's go. Let's dominate this. Let's have some fun. Let's get some...
Second down and a yard.
From midfield, here's Carr.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Carr again.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass and they get 12 yards out of it.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Coach,
we were
thanks as
certainly
always
treated
to
an
you and the gang in Orlando as we
Both these
welcome
teams with
everyone
some
back
high
in
points
for
and
quarter
maybe a
number
couple of low
3.
points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
I'm coming!
10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. To throw, it's Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down and 8. Now Rodgers. Over the middle here to Wilson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Rodgers. Going right back to Wilson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. A handoff for Hall. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as he's brought to the ground after a gain of 7, 5 more than he needed on 4th and 2.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the 1st half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Rodgers now on 1st down. That is caught by Williams for a Jets touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Jets are back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the 1st half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. On play action, they'll throw. It gets this complete to Shaheed. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Carr. Tries the left side and finds Olave. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Shotgun now for Carr.
complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can...
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
And New York set to take the field.
Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Well, this is caught by Williams. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. That's caught at the 3.
And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected. But this is a good pickup here for the first down.
They'll run with Hall.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive.
Touchdown, Jets.
Garrett Wilson
from 3 yards out.
And the Jets have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Well, Charles, I think you and I both agree these guys were outplayed in that first half, and the scoreboard reflected that, but they've come out since halftime. They've looked like a different team.
And it makes you wonder what was said and done in that locker room, because they've made some nice adjustments and they're executing better. I think they got some fiery guys on that sideline that had a few things to say at the half, and now they've come out with a vengeance.
Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead is now 14-10. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result.
Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
They start the drive on the ground, Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw his Carr. Catch made right side by Wilson. It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Javon Kinlaw drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here comes the Saints punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets will take over. New York's offense back out there and set to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school. Carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
Rodgers' throw going into the hands of Williams. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On the handoff, Abana Campbell. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. They'll give to Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. To throw is Rodgers. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
This pass finds its way to Williams. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Rodgers now on first down. Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Carr. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Carr to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Here's Mike Williams now as his guys head back out to go on offense. They have to like what they've gotten from him in this game.
Think about the accumulation of catches.
8.
The yards per catch now, because you're getting more than a 1st down every time he's touching the ball. This is the kind of game you want when you're able to throw it out wide.
Absolutely. Over 100 yards, has the 8 catches. A pass there over the middle to start things out. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the 1st down in the process.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he
He's taken down here by the Saints.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Carr. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
Here's Carr. Open man left side. Shaheed has it.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Throwing his Carr. That's pulled in by Wilson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
So that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done.
Now Carr.
It's caught at the 1, and he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. So still a little work to do here, but they got the much-needed conversion.
So they got that taken care of. Now you would assume onside kick in order to try and get the ball back again, in order to try and kick at least a tying field goal.
So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And now the Jets are going to get this one, and that might be all she wrote. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
This is where you step up. Right here, baby. Man, they ain't got nothing.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll go again with Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Once again, we got it.
The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take the knee. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Whatever it takes, I'll get it.
Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles